restoring the Gamewell Fire Alarm Box Part 2. So let's go ahead and get started. Guys, so I think you probably remember the Part 1 video I did where I showed all of the newer inner box of my Gamewell. As you can see, I'm just going to show it real quick. You guys probably remember this box. I redid it, and this is the inner part of my Gamewell. Now, and this is where all the electrical components were installed. You saw that video a couple months ago of me putting all the circuitry back in, repainting the box, and so on and so forth. Now we have the outer box. Now I am going to show a quick picture of that. That box needed to be sandblasted, and there needed to be a lot of stuff done to it to get it, in good condition. So I am now going to go ahead and show you the new box I have. So this is my brand new refurbished front end of my Gamewell. Now, as you can see, it looks a lot better. As you may have seen in the picture, it was in terrible condition because it was out on the street for so long, and the paint was taken off of it at one point, and it wasn't redone. So I want to give a lot of credit to a good neighbor of mine, Paul. He was able to do a lot of this work and restore this box for me. Now, I am going to be doing the electrical wiring in a different video, but I am going to hopefully install the inner electrical panel box, if you wanted to call it that, or the inner box of the Gamewell today. Yeah, I do have to give him a lot of credit because he did help with this, which is great. Now I am going to go ahead and close the door, so I'm just going to go ahead and lock it back up. I'm going to remove my key. So, for those who don't know, Gamewell boxes would be mounted on the street. Now, I'm pretty sure you are probably all aware of the typical fire alarm box nowadays. You've seen me show you pull stations in some of my system tests, but this particular box is a lot different. Again, because it would be mounted on the street, and it's pretty much hooked up to a central control panel. Again, not like the ones that you see today in a building. This was a lot different. You'd have several of these, and they're all in different shapes and sizes. I'm going to go ahead and show you a quick picture of one I did see on the street at one point. That was a Gamewell box in the city of Buffalo, New York. So that was pretty cool. And that system, believe it or not, is still working to this day, as I believe when this video is being recorded. But yeah. Now, one thing I did want to mention that, again, I wanted to thank my neighbor for this as well, because he does get a lot of credit for, repainting it and making this thing look amazing. Unfortunately, I really don't have the skills to, have never redone something, and I didn't really want to screw it up, because believe it or not, this Gamewell box does belong to my uncle. So he kind of has possession of it, but he wanted me to try and see if I could try and do some stuff with it as far as wiring it up and getting it to work. But here's the handle. So you would, if you're on the street, you'd go ahead and there was a fire, you'd pull this handle and you would push down this lever, and that would notify the fire department that there's a box 5412, that one has gone into alarm. Maybe it's outside of the local bar or the local church or whatever it is, and they need to respond there right away. I believe at the time they had the Gamewell, they did not have 911 at the time because there were no cell phones at the time. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that was the case. But yeah. Now I am going to go ahead and see if I can start adding the inner box. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, is I'm going to open my box with my key. Okay, so you can see all the screw holes in there. So I think I'm going to lay this thing flat down, and I'm going to go ahead and see what I'm going to do as far as mounting it. I did get some hardware at the store, so hopefully I'll be able to mount some of it and hopefully see if I can get this thing to stand up properly. And yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get the box. I'm just going to lay it down. Just got to be a little careful because I'm on a wood floor. But I think I'm actually going to go ahead and see what I can do to keep this kind of propped up. Give me one moment. After realizing that I did not have the proper hardware, I finally went out to the store and got some hardware. So I'm recording this video the next day. So as you can see, I did take something major out. I took basically like the whole circuitry component out, and I just put in my and I just have the inner box without the huge wheel and gears assembly right here. I am gonna put that back in, but for right now I'm gonna focus on putting in the right hardware and making sure everything is installed correctly this time, because I certainly don't want what happened last time to occur again. So I'm just gonna go ahead, see what I can do here. Put that right there, and I'm going to secure it on the back. So just give me a moment. Okay, so at this point, all the electrical components have been added in, and I've gotten all the wiring and stuff done on the side. As you can see, near the gearbox, I have all the wiring done. And if you can see in the upper right, it's kind of hard to see, but you can see my one screw in there. It's screwed into the back, keeping it secure. So now I have to get the inner box door. So I temporarily took that off while I was trying to get everything installed, because it would have been, you know, hard. So here it is, right here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to flip these latches up. I'm going to go gently like this. Okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and see if I can match these up. And then I'm going to go ahead and start, if I can find my little red screws. Okay. So now I have my little red screws, so now I'm just going to go ahead and tighten these. So I'm just going to go ahead, see if I can tighten them. See, I'm just going to tighten my one. Okay, there's one. Now I'm going to grab a second one, a second little red screw. And yes, the paint is chipping on them. I can easily spray paint them again if I have to. So that's not too big of a deal. Too much of a big deal right now. Okay, I'm gonna grab this, another one. Let's see, I'm just gonna add this right here. If I can get it to go in. This has always been a hard screw. This one's always been difficult to try to get in. I'm just gonna move on with the other one for right now real quick. Okay, let's see what I can get. If I can get this to actually work. Whoop, okay, there we go. You may have just heard that popping in the background. It's just the box I have this thing up on, just because, again, this is a big metal box. I don't want it to get scratch my wood floor, because I'm in my bedroom doing this, believe it or not. I would be in my garage, but it's very cold in there today, and I don't have heat in the garage, so I figured I would do it upstairs. Let's see what our problem is here. I'm having an issue where this does not really want to go in, and I'm not really sure why. Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead. I may have to go get another screw to temporarily replace that one, because I just don't know. I just don't get why it does not want to go in. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Why it does not want to go in. It's probably an old screw. I think you can probably get similar screws. I probably have a similar one, because these are so small. They remind me of the ones you would have on like a light switch. So we can get this on camera. See, it's like similar to a light switch screw. So I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with that really quickly. Okay, so for right now, I really do not have a replacement, because I've tried light switch screws. I feel like I've tried everything at this point, but until I can get a little replacement screw, and I'm sure I'll be able to get one, it's just going to be like it is for right now. But it still opens, and that's the most important thing. So I'll just go ahead. You can see it opens, it's fine. But the biggest thing is, again, making sure that you know, I'll be able to open it and close it as usual. I'm just gonna close the door real quick and make sure that it locks in place so you don't have any problems with that. Okay. Okay, there we go. So it is locked in place. It seems like it's making contact with the inner box. Which is good. So, yeah. With the inner box now installed, I think I'm now going to go ahead and call it a day. But I wanted to say thank you for watching this video. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. There will be a part 3 of this video where I wire the device up and hopefully get this thing running. I'm very happy I was finally able to get the inner box in, especially because it's just, you know, the two boxes have kind of just been sitting around and I haven't really gotten a lot of time to add the inner box, but I'm very happy I was able to get that installed today. And yeah, but without further ado, thanks for watching. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and have a great day. And I will see you in the next video.